Hello students, I have made this video for the students of class 6. Today I am going to take the second chapter of your English literature book, that is the story The White Elephant. This story is written by Ruskin Bond. Ruskin Bond is an Indian author of British descent. He is considered to be an icon among Indian writers and children's authors and a top novelist. Ruskin Bond's first novel, The Room on the Roof, was written when he was 17 years old. He is one of India's most loved children's writers. In this chapter, you will get some difficult words, some word meanings. The first word is glade. It means an open place in a forest. Next word is treachery. It means an act of willful betrayal. Next word is distress. It means extreme danger that needs urgent help. Next word is outskirts. It means bordering areas. Next word is betrayed. It means deceived. Next word is triumph. It means victory. Some more words are here. Mournfully. It means sorrowfully. Next word is starving. It means suffering from hunger. Next word is captivity. It means imprisonment. And the last word is despair. It means loss of hope. Students, let's start the story. First of all, let's know about the pre-reading task. Here are some questions for you. Do you like animals? Have you ever been to a zoo? What is your attitude towards the caged animals? The third question is, do you watch them standing very close to them or from a safe distance? Question number 4, what would you do if you found someone troubling or teasing an animal? Would you not bother at all? Try to save the animal yourself? Inform PFA, People for Animal Authorities. Children, let's start the story. Now read the story about a white elephant. Long ago, a great herd of elephants lived in a forest near the Himalaya mountains. The finest elephant in the tribe was a rare white elephant. Unfortunately, the mother of this elephant was old and blind. Although her son gathered sweet wild fruits for her every day, he was often angry to find that the other elephants had stolen his mother's food. Mother, he said, it would be better if you and I were go and live alone in a distant cave I have discovered. The mother elephant agreed, and for a time the two of them lived happily in a peaceful spot near a glade of wild fruit trees, until one evening they heard loud cries coming from the great forest. That is the voice of a man in distress, said the white elephant. I must go and see if I can help him. Children, the white elephant heard some noise, and the noise was of a man. He was in distress. Do not go, my son, said the mother. I am old and blind, but I know the ways of human beings towards us. Your goodness will be rewarded by treachery. The white elephant's mother was old and blind, but she was completely aware of the selfish nature of human beings. She felt that goodness of her son could be rewarded by a treachery. Therefore, she advised her son not to help the man in distress. But the white elephant could not bear to think of anyone in trouble, and he hurried down to the lake in the direction of the cries, where he discovered a man who was a forester. Children, the white elephant was a very kind hearted elephant. And when he heard someone is crying for help, he went there. Don't fear me, stranger, he said. Tell me how I can help you. The forester told the white elephant that he had been lost for 7 days and nights and could not find his ways back to Banaras where he lived. Climb on my back, said the elephant cheerfully, and I will carry you home. The elephant carried the man swiftly through the forest until they reached open country. Then he left him on the outskirts of the city before returning to his cave. Children, the forester was a very greedy and cunning person, and he responded the white elephant's good deed by betrayal. The forester knew that the king's favorite elephant had died. The king would reward me richly, thought the man. If I capture this fine animal for him, he straightway asked for a royal audience. The king was delighted when he heard the description of the white elephant. I would love to possess such a fine creature. Go back to the forest with a band of my most skillful trainers, and if they succeed in capturing the rare elephant, you shall be well rewarded. Already I have described, children, the forester was very greedy and cunning person. Then he had cunningly noted the landmarks while riding back to Banaras, and he led the trainers to the lake where the white elephants was gathering bamboo stems for his mother's evening meal. When the elephant saw the forester with the band of trainers, he knew he had been betrayed. He tried to escape, but the trainers pursued him and soon succeeded in capturing him. Then they led him through the forest and entered Banaras in triumph. The poor mother elephant, waiting for her son to return, felt certain that he had been captured. Still, the mother elephant was waiting for her son, children, but the white elephant, was captured by the forester and the skillful trainers of the king. What shall I do without him? She cried. Who will bring me food and lead me to the lotus lake for water? The heart of her son was equally heavy. What will she do without me? He thought, if only I had listened to her advice. In spite of his unhappy look, the elephant found favor with the king, who declared he would ride no other animal. The elephant's stable was richly decorated in his honor, and the king rode him in state through the city. But a few days later, the trainers came to the king in great distress, saying, Your Majesty, the white elephant is very sick and will eat nothing. Students, the elephant was very unhappy. He was so sad because he was thinking continuously about his blind and old mother, and that's why he refused to eat anything in the palace. The king hurried to the stable, and when he saw the elephant's look of despair, he said, Good animal, how you have changed. Why do you refuse to eat anything you wish will be granted to you? Great king, answered the elephant mournfully, all I desire is to return to my poor blind mother in the forest. for while she is alone and starving, how can I eat? The white elephant was worried about his old and blind mother. He was thinking about her helplessness. Therefore, he refused to eat anything in the palace, and the king asked him what is the reason of his unhappiness. Now the king was a good king, and although he badly wanted the elephant for himself, he said at once, "Noble animal, your goodness puts mankind to shame. I will give you your freedom to return to your mother at once." The king was generous, already I have described, students. He was kind hearted too, and seeing the regard of the white elephants towards his mother, he was moved, and he decided to help the white elephant, and he helped him by releasing his from his captivity. The elephant thanked the king with a loud trumpeting and left the city and went crashing back through the forest. When he reached the cave, he found to his joy that his mother was still alive. "Ah, my son," she said, when he told her his story, "you should have listened to me. Human beings have always brought harm to our race." Not all of them, mother," he said. "The king is noble and generous, or I should still be in captivity. Let's forget the treachery of the forester and think only of the king's goodness." Students, the white elephant was full of positive qualities. He does not want to see the demerits of person concerned. And this kind of positive attitude makes the man generous, respected and honorable. And number of his enemies get reduced. Students, we should think about this. When an animal, the white elephant, thinks about this type of things, and he thinks about the goodness of some person, so we also think like that. We should not behave like animals, but we should think like them, and we should always try to think positive, and we should be generous and humble. So students, we must learn from the white elephant, and we should always do best for everyone. Thank you.